Hi, welcome to jdravingschool.com. My name is Jayashree Somaya and my driving school's name is JSA-1 Driving School. I'm running this school since 1995. We will talk about lane change now. Please like my videos, share it and subscribe them so it can help others. And when you subscribe it, you will get a bell icon. Press it so whenever I put a new video on, you will get the notification. Thanks for watching my videos. Now we'll see this kind of road, which is nothing but a inner city bypass or freeway. So how to merge onto them? When you get to this level, you would be very much experienced in lane changing. Until you are not very experienced in doing lane changing, as I described in my earlier lane change episodes, you do not attempt to do this. So you have to be very confident in turning your head and checking your blind spot, because on this freeways and inner city bypass, the speeds are 90 kilometers while merging in. And the cars coming from this side also could be coming at 90 kilometers because they are all licensed and experienced drivers. Some cars are driving over 90 kilometers. So when you are merging in, you have to see their speed and how fast they are coming. And when you are merging in, you have to make sure you have a good safe in the front, a bigger safe gap, because higher the speed, you have to have higher bigger gap between the car in front and your car as you're merging in, because you are all, both of you will be going at higher speed. You will be also merging in at higher speed, so you have to have a bigger gap between the car in front and bigger gap between the car coming from behind you and your car, because it will be coming at 90 kilometer per hour and you will be merging in this line, this left line, at higher than 70 kilometer per hour, because in the test it says 90. This is a 90 kilometer. In the test you have to be at least at 70 kilometers and more while merging in before you pass this sign, because you can't be too slow. If you are less than 70 kilometer at speed, then you can fail the test as you're merging, because you will be passing this sign. So before you pass this sign, you start picking up the speed, but watch your speedometer also. Don't get to before 90 kilometers before you pass this sign. So when you come at this sign, you have to be over 70 kilometers, at least 75, 80, 85 kilometers while merging in. As soon as you pass this sign, you have to have more speed. So this is what you remember. And you have to have a safe gap from any car coming from behind you. Another thing you have to remember, when you change lane to this line, your next lane has to be empty beside you. That is the rule. When you're changing lane, you have to see that this car from the middle lane doesn't come beside you as you're changing lane, because he'll be coming at faster speed. And if you are going at faster speed and if you slightly go this way, then this car can come and hit you. So make sure this car is far away when you're changing lane. So when you change lane, at that time he doesn't come beside you. And once you change lane, when your wheels become straight, then if he comes beside you, that's fine, when your wheels are straight. So you have to take care of all these things. So your next lane has to be empty. Whichever you lane go in, your next lane has to be empty. If you're getting in this lane, middle lane has to be empty. If this car is coming in this line and you're changing lane in this one, and if he comes beside you, that's it, that's fine, because you are not, you have to take care at least at that time that, oh, when I change lane, he seems like too close to me, but he's in extreme right lane, I just want to go in this lane, and but I have to make sure that I don't go in this lane by mistake and he doesn't come out beside me at that time, but I have to stay in this lane only. Then if he comes beside me, no problem, because he's far away. So you have to see every situation, traffic situation, and accordingly, with care, you have to do it, and your speed has to be within 20 kilometers from the speed limit. And if the roads are empty, you can't be slower than 70 kilometers. It's not right as you're merging in. Sometimes this 90-kilometer sign is here and you're coming from here. So you have to start picking up the speed earlier. So when you come here at 90-kilometer speed limit, your speed will be at least minimum 70-75 kilometers. So you are within that range, within 20 kilometers from the speed limit. Otherwise, we can fail the test. Another thing, this could be an island or this can be a tall wall. If it is a tall wall, as you're coming here, you cannot see these cars coming and from behind you on this freeway or inner city bypass. So only when you come here, then you are watching your mirror and right external mirror. When the wall finishes and just the line is there, then you can see the cars coming from behind you on that that bypass freeway. Then you can see which lane they are coming in. You have decided you just want to go in this lane, so you have to think of all those precautions I told you. When you change lane, this car should be at a safe gap from away from you. You should not slow this car down. If there is no car in this lane, then this car should not come beside you when you're changing lane. And when you change lane from here to here, this don't go in this lane, otherwise this car will be quick beside you. So these are the precaution you have to take. And then also see which lane these cars are coming and when should I go in and things like that. If there is a car very close to you and you came here and you saw that car and he's coming at 90 kilometers speed, so don't jump in his way, because that's not very safe gap. So when you see a car close to you, you have to see how far it is and how fast it is coming towards me. And if I change lane, will he need to slow down? So these are the points you have to think when you are in the test. After the test, you have to be careful. But if your speed decreases a little bit below 70, no problem. But in the test, you cannot decrease your speed too much. So these are the points you have to think. If you think he's too close, then stay here, because your lane ends here. So at least you can come up to here and make sure your four wheels are in your lane. You partly don't come in this lane. And you have to think that how much I need to slow down so he can pass me quicker. Then I can pick up my speed and check mirror blinds for mirror and then start changing lane and make sure there's a big gap between this car and my car, because your speed will be higher. So that's what you are thinking. If it is far away and you think, oh, he's coming, he's far away, and I can pick up my speed because there is no car in front of me, and I can merge in and I can have a safe gap between this car and my car because he's also coming, then you can go. So you have to select a safe gap from behind you. Also, there could be, when you are looking here, there could be a car coming from behind you. So you have to watch your rear vision mirror for this car, that is there any car behind me? I'm at a right speed. I'm not slower than 70 kilometer because I have passed the 90 kilometer sign. I have to look into the right side external mirror, that any car coming or not. I have to make sure I don't suddenly come to stop, or I'm coming very fast and then I see suddenly a car coming. Then I can't suddenly brake because there is a car coming from behind me. So these are the points also you have to think of it and change lane. Suppose sometimes you're coming from here and this is a roundabout. So in roundabout, this is a roundabout here, and you have to turn in the left lane because we do not have choice of lane. Then you turn in left lane when there is no car coming from your right side in the roundabout, or no car is in the roundabout on your right side, which could be turning this way. because as soon as you turn, your lane is ending. And as I told you, you have to lean forward to check when you are at roundabout that left lane is not ending. You watch my roundabout videos, so then you will come to know. So when no cars coming from your right side or no cars in the roundabout on your right side, then if you turn and the lane is changing, there won't be anyone in your blind spot, right side blind spot. You can easily change lane, and you can see there is a 90-kilometer speed zone is coming, so you can change lane little bit faster. And when you come here, your speed has to be at least minimum 70 kilometers and more. And also watch how many cars are in front of you and everything. So have to, when to start increasing my speed, how much I have to make sure there is enough gap between the two cars, also safe gap, safe buffer zone, or safe crash avoidance space is there between car in front of me and everything. Sometimes there could be a lot of cars in front of you, then you cannot increase your speed because they are slow. Then doesn't matter, then you can pass the 90-kilometer sign at a slower speed, and you have to have the safe gap between the car in front of you and your car. Slower these cars in front of you, slower you become. When only when there are no cars in front of you, then only you pick up your speed in the test over 70 kilometers as you are passing the sign, not too early. Here your speed has to be of your car has to be the speed on that road. This speed is from here onwards, so you have to watch all those things. So if there are lots of cars in front of you, go at a slower speed. Whatever speed they are going, at a traffic speed you go. Sometimes they stop, you will have to come to stop, so to see. And once they go out of your way, then you come forward. If this is a wall, then as you're coming here, you cannot see any cars coming, only you will be able to see from here. If this was just an island, then from here onwards you will be seeing in your right external mirror that how many cars are coming, which lane they are coming in, and everything. And by the time you come here, your decision will be made, because you can have a good view from far distance. So whether I'm going to go or what is will be happening, have I got a safe gap or not, your decision will be made, and accordingly you will act on it. So these are the things you have to think of before you do lane change. But you have to learn to lane change on a very quiet road first, then start going on a bigger road when you are only experienced, very very experienced. And I would say that I teach my learners from the beginning when they are doing left and right turn, and from there only I give them practice of checking mirror, that blind spot and mirror. So by the time they come to learn to do a lane change, they start doing on their own, because they are so confident in turning their head and checking mirrors and blind spot and mirrors, that I don't need to teach them. And when I come to this stage to teach them, they have become extremely confident, so they can easily do these things. So these are the points you have to remember and do the lane change in on the freeways.